So yes, welcome back. Quick shout out to George. George has his channel. God, what's it called now? George Clark 123. Oh man. Don't worry, I'll put a link underneath so you can click on his channel and have a little look. Basically, I have a Facebook page full of enthusiasts and YouTube channelers, and it's a really nice supportive page. So if anyone wants kind of some support in running their channels, then please feel free to join us. We just help each other out, not just with subs and clicks, but with actual kind of content talk and stuff like that. So it's quite a good hit up, and George is one of the speed fight guys. He works mainly on kind of Peugeot speed fights and old two-strokes, but he really does know what he's doing, so well worth the click. On top of that, of course, there's many other great pages out there. There's Bertie Bodgett, there's Nat Snacker's Yard, there's Danny DT Essex, John Traven has a channel somewhere, I believe. Project Man, of course. Project Man I'm new to. I know Nat's been mentioning him for a while, but Project Man is a great channel, actually, very similar to mine. And when I watched it, it kind of made me feel better about my contents, because it was very similar in the way it runs. Because sometimes people have a go at me and they say, well, you haven't done much today. And I'm like, well, yeah, you know, I've been here for 6 hours, and sometimes not much gets done. That's the reality. Right, so updates. Someone may be coming to look at this today. Someone came to look at this last night. They liked it, but it was for their friend, so they're potentially coming back today. The oil leak appears to be gone. There's no sign of an oil leak now, but I'm going to keep an eye on it today. However, me being me, I've ordered the new gaskets properly for this bike. John said I was nuts, but because we used, you know, enough appropriate silicone for it to be a good fix. I'm just a bit picky like that, guys. I've ordered this little side panel. It was only £6. I've ordered 2 gaskets for the engine to make sure that's done properly. One of them is for the little black plastic, and one is for the actual housing that I already sealed up yesterday. And actually, I've ordered a side stand. This rear stand, the spring has kind of overstretched. So when I take it off the side stand, it's still floppy and it bounces up and down. I hate that, it winds me up. Now under here, let me see if I can find it. There is a clip somewhere. Oh, anywhere? Is there? There you go. For a side stand. I've ordered a side stand. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. Use the side stand, take the centre stands off. They're known for breaking anyway. Is it worth spending 75 quid and waiting for Italy to post one? No, absolutely not. Throw a side stand on for 20 quid and be done with it. If it has a chain on it, then rear stand's really handy, but these don't have chains. You don't need a rear stand at all. Side stand's fine. So that's good. I'm happy with that. Saying that, I'm probably going to advertise the bike anyway. So if it sells between now and then, I'll just keep the extra parts. Otherwise, I'll do it kind of fully. It's still worth £1,200 of everyone's money right now because of how it runs and rides beautifully, and they're just great bikes. Saying that, let me check that it actually starts today. You never know. Yay! Beautiful, stunning little bike. Let's warm up the little two-stroke as well. The two-stroke starts on the kick every time. It's not always very happy with the electric starter, but the battery is quite low. You watch, first kick. Pow! There it is. I'll give him a few minutes to warm up, guys. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, it's automatically on. I'll give it a couple of minutes to warm up. It's always good to warm your bikes up. It gets the battery charged, it gets the oil circulating and so on. I did the same with the Harley yesterday. And I think today, I want to pull this back out. What I want to do is I want to take the carb off Gary's bike because we know it's a good carb. I want to throw it on here and I want to see if we have a running engine. If we have a running engine on this thing, we need to do something with it just because I want to get rid of it. So I might still build this bike, that's okay, but yeah, it needs to have a running engine. So I think I'm going to pull out this Panther and we'll have a little look at it today. Alright everyone, sorry about the noise. Right, I need to check if we've got spark. If we have spark, then I'm going to take the carb off Gary's bike there and we're going to put it on this. I can't remember if we had spark last time, if I'm being honest, so that's why we need to check. So I'm going to hook up, see if we've got spark. If we had spark, I'll chuck all that back in, I'll chuck the good carb on, and then we'll see if this is a running engine. If it is a running engine, then there's no reason why we can't chuck this bike back together, really, and kind of and sell it as a basic bike. But I mean, it needs a fair amount of work. But for now, let's hook up and let's see if we have any kind of spark. Alright guys, currently we can't get any spark out of this one. Now I need to go back to my old videos and see if we ever had spark. I feel like we did, but I need to look at that. Yeah, I've got power but not spark. So we've got Gary's insurance write-off bike over there. I think we're going to play a little bit. We're going to swap the coil first, see if that makes a difference, and then just see generally what's going on. They're basically the same bikes, they're the same frames, but yeah, but obviously if this one isn't sparking, then it's never going to fire. So that's what we're doing at this stage. Alright guys, after a lot of soul searching, we've got spark back. I've taken this coil off Gary's bike, but to be fair, I've got a feeling the other coil would work anyway. We've definitely got a spark now. That's good news. Next step is to pop Gary's carb off over there. Sultan's kind of messing around. Yep, chop shopping it, exactly. Pop Gary's carb off, pop this carb off, swap them around, and then see if this happens to be a running engine. I mean,
Gary, if you're watching, thank you for your donation.
Well, that is an insurance bike, so ultimately it needs to look like a full bike.
This bike had an issue where the battery was leaking, and I'm doing my
no, you chat so much crap. You're stealing his battery.
I don't know.
But it don't matter. We can put in a dead battery. But the point is, it needs to look like a full bike, because the insurance company take it, don't they? That's the deal. All right, I'm going to pop this carb off in a minute. You pop that carb off, and we'll stick a carb on. And because this bike, remember, was fully seized when we got it, Sultan. This engine should not fire up, but I reckon we'll get this fired up, and then we'll switch all the parts across. Alright guys, so if you remember last time, this bike was seized. It was fully seized. It was at least a soft seize, top end. What we've done since then is we've unseized it, we've put fresh oil in it, and somehow today we've established a spark. So technically this bike has a carb on it that we know will work, and it has spark, so this could start up. Could start up. So basically, let's see. Let's kick it over a few times and see what happens. Okay, fuel is switched on. Now what I can't do is I can't get to the choke because I'd have to keep my hand on it. So we're going to try and start it without choke, and actually technically we've got no throttle. That sounds happy enough. Guys, I'm going to have a working engine, you watch.
You got to round it, man. They started.
I think so.
Wow. 10 socket. There's nothing wrong with this bike, it works. It runs. It just needs a hole and a, what do we do? You're using a flathead on a foot.
So guys, yeah, it starts for a few seconds, but then it cuts out. It would definitely need an engine rebuild, at least the top end, so it's junk. I have.
Oh, good.
Ordered it. So guys, we're wrapping up for the day. That's kind of it really. We tried our best. We heard that engine, that was fine. It just wasn't very happy or comfortable. It didn't rev up. This bike is a complete bike, although the coil is down there, don't worry about that. Otherwise, them two are good and ready to go. And that's about it for today. Me and Sultan are looking for a project. So, but to be fair, tomorrow is like the last day really. I go back to work on Tuesday. And the ER5 we were looking at, I think, has gone. I think it's gone off Gumtree now. But yeah, it's a busy old garage at the moment. It's got a lot going on.